What's up, y'all? Scotty Pippen Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies, and this is my rocky road to the NBA, brought to you by Roadr.
Pippen time. And one for Scotty Pippen Jr.
For Southgate. Pippen Jr. flying to the lane and dunking it!
Scotty down the lane against Asumu. He hangs. He hits.
What is Roadr? Roadr is an app that I partner with that is a mixture between Uber and AAA, and it's all things roadside assistance. Alright, so this is me, high school, Peace Jam, URBA with Oakland Soldiers. I was young, man. I was getting buckets though. Fun times, you know, I miss playing with my team over there. I miss high school hoops in general, but especially AAU. Sierra Kane. I think this game I caught a couple of dunks though, if I can remember, but I'm not sure though. Yeah, this is the game. I dunked a couple times. See, this is when people realized I started to have bounce. So I started dunking, caught a couple lobs. I feel like in high school, I don't know, I had a little bit more bounce maybe back then. Or maybe I just was more like happy to dunk, so I tried it more. Come on, man, I had bounce back then.
Before, you know, he came down the stretch and hit like 2-3.
This next one was my Vandy commitment. Very special day, I would say, you know, when I committed to Vanderbilt. I remember this post got a lot of engagement. A lot of people like showed me a lot of love on it. Yeah, my recruitment at the time, I didn't really have too many high major offers, so the reason I went to Vandy is because my biggest high major offer, I like the coaching staff, and I felt like I fit pretty well. Unfortunately, after I committed, or fortunately too, but after I committed, my coach got fired, and then my other new coach got the job, but I still liked him, so I ended up still sticking with my commitment. I think at the time, like when I was in high school, like people would evaluate me for being like my dad's son instead of just the player I was. So I think that's why so many people just overlooked me and just didn't see what was right in front of them.
Fakes the handoff. And the reverse. Yeah, Studi to Pippen.
This is my Vandy highlights. I think this was my junior year. Yeah, I was killing this year. I had a lot of confidence this year. My coaches and stuff trusted in me, and I just felt like I was the best player in the league, so I just felt like no one could stop me. So I would say at the time I still had like a lot of haters, even though like I was killing the SEC. Like people thought I was just foul baiting, trying to get fouls. They also said like I was just on a bad team getting numbers, so people just tried to like discredit what I was doing, even though I feel like I was still putting up numbers and playing well. These highlights from the draft combine. I think I did pretty well actually. I thought I had like 2 really good games at the combine, even though I still ultimately went undrafted. My sophomore year, I tested the draft as well. Went back to school because I didn't, you know, I didn't think I was gonna get drafted. So I went back to school, prepared again, and then came back out after my junior year. I wouldn't say I was surprised I didn't get drafted, just because I knew there was a possibility that I wasn't gonna get drafted, but it was gonna be an uphill battle no matter what.
For Southgate. Pippen Jr. flying to the lane and dunking it! Oh, Scotty Pippen Jr.
Yeah, this dunk I had in the G League, I don't even know how I even did this. Like, when I jumped, I felt like I jumped on something when I dunked on him. Like, I was shocked I did it. I didn't know, like, I could even do that. Like, if you put me in an empty gym, like, I wouldn't be able to do that. I think just the adrenaline, just, like, I feel like I crossed him so much that, like, my eyes lit up, so I was able to have, like, a clear lane. Yeah, I think I was just shocked. I shocked myself. Even, like, my homies that were in the crowd, they were shocked. Like, I saw them, like, jumping up and down. So, like, everyone was kind of shocked. But, yeah, most of my G League highlights, I think this was, like, one of my most fun years playing basketball. Like that team I had, super close, and I just feel like I was super confident in my game. I had like a bunch of game winners this year. I dunked on a bunch of people this year. I did stuff like I've never done, so I think this year was definitely a lot of fun for me. This is a game winner I had. Like I said, I had a bunch of game winners. Another guy I dunked on. The difference between the G League and the NBA, I feel like the G League is kind of like AAU. Like you're just with your team, you guys are traveling, commercial planes. I had a lot of fun. Like even though most people complain about the travel, I had a team that I was super close with. We all like played cards and stuff, so like we'd be in the airport like on the ground playing cards. I don't know, I just kind of enjoy that kind of stuff, but obviously being out of it, like flying private with the team and stuff like that now is a lot better, but I have fun when I was in the G.
Tillman, the former Michigan State big man, set a mighty screen on Roadr.
This game was actually like my first time playing like NBA rotational minutes. After this game, I remember like going back to my room and it's like I could actually play in the NBA. Like this game gave me the confidence to do that. I would always get like little minute spurts when I was on my previous team, and I never really got like the confidence and the trust in my teammates and coaching staff to like actually go out there and play. So after this game, I played well. And then I just realized like I belong. This game, like waking up, I didn't know if I was gonna play, but like going to shoot around, and the coaches would tell me, hey, you might get in the game tonight. Mentally preparing for that, not trying to do too much, but also not trying to like be nervous, because you know you want to play well, but you also don't want to just mess it up at the same time.
You know, that's my first time playing significant NBA minutes and meaningful minutes. Being able to finally go out there and play and compete and, you know, do well definitely means a lot. You just expect a winner, you know, a guy's gonna do whatever it takes to win. If that's scoring.
It's crazy I kind of just said this, but yeah, when I first got called up from the G, I was like excited. I wasn't even nervous, because I wouldn't say I was impatient in the G League, but like I was just so ready for my opportunity. But when I got that call, like, I was so excited, like I cried and everything.
Yeah, it meant the world to me to finally, you know, get out there and get the opportunity. You know, that's why I'm glad to be here.
This is my summer league breakout highlights. I think these highlights like solidified myself, because I feel like after my first year with the Grizzlies, like there was still doubt, because it was, you know, people were saying like it's a tanking team, and just, you know, it's trash talk, people just trying to downplay what I had did. But after like I feel like summer league, I feel like I was the best player there, put up numbers, and our team also like won a lot of games, so I kind of like silenced the noise. Yeah, we lost in the championship at the buzzer, but you know, it was a good game.
12, Ware with the screen. Larson keeps the bounce. Running shot is good, and Miami wins it.
We also like, we're missing Zach Eater though, so we're missing our big man too. So
make sure everybody alert. I'm attacking them. All right.
This summer league, I was super vocal just because I feel like I was a leader on the team. We played, I think it was like 3 or 4 of us that were on the Grizzlies, so I was familiar with some of the guys and stuff like that. But I just felt like a leader on that team. I feel like I was mature as a player, so I wanted to be vocal.
Yeah, I would say a sense of relief, you know, finally feeling happy, finally feel like I made it.
Yeah, this is my tweet when I first got my multi-year NBA contract. It was a long journey, because I remember my second year when I was in the G League, I was having a really good game, and I also hurt my elbow. That next day I got a two-way from a team, and I wasn't able to pass the physical, so I had to spend like 2 months rehabbing. And back in the G League, that's when Memphis gave me the call to be on the two-way. Played that rest of that season out, had a good summer league, and then going into that next year, got the NBA contract. I was just grateful to get that, you know, NBA contract, because I just had such like a rocky road and such a long time waiting for it. And Derrick Rose retired, and that's kind of how I, you know, got that roster spot. It's such like a crazy story, because like when I was a kid, I used to go to a lot of Bulls games because my dad worked for the Bulls. So I used to always see like Derrick Rose as a player. Being on the team with him previously and just seeing how he was, and then him retiring and me getting that roster spot was like, this is like a surreal moment for me. Everything worked out how it was supposed to, you know, like when I was with the Lakers, I didn't really get the opportunity just because we were so deep at the point guard spot. And then I won't go to, you know, Memphis, like everyone's hurt, so I was able to play, I was able to get reps, and you know, I think like being at the right place at the right time, but also being prepared is huge.
All the coaches, players, they all been talking about buying them dinner, buying them gifts, a bunch of stuff. So it's been good, you know, everyone's treating me well, so definitely a dream come true.
Yeah, I remember when I signed my deal, a lot of the players and coaches were talking about buying them dinner and stuff, because they thought, you know, I had a little bit more money in my pocket. But now this was an exciting time for me, just because like everyone in the organization, all my family just knew how hard like I worked to get there. So
one of the coaches over there didn't believe in me, so I definitely wanted to show that I could play some defense and give them all.
Yeah, this is me when I was facing the Bucks. Talk about my previous coach with the Lakers, you know, Coach Ham. I just took it personal just because, you know, he didn't play me when I was with the Lakers. I didn't mean it no like ill will, but like at the same time, like I did want to go out there and perform. Since then, he did apologize to me. You know, he apologized to me, so we squashed over, you know, fake beef that the internet created. You know, I feel like they kind of just took it and ran with it. I know it's bigger than him, the reason I wasn't playing. So yeah, I think every time I played against the Lakers, I've had like, especially early on, I was having good games. Like my first time playing against them, I think I had like 29. And that was like after like starting the year with them, getting cut, being in the G League, and then having 29. Definitely like a little bit more fuel just because like they like cut me, they gave up on me, so I wanted to go out there and play well. And then I think this is the year after I got converted. Yeah, I said it was a little bit extra. I think I said something about like it being circled on my calendar and everyone like hyped it up. And I think my words got misused because obviously being a guy that's like lived in LA, like obviously when I come home to LA, it's gonna be circled on my calendar. I didn't mean it like any bad way. But yeah, I feel like every time I play the Lakers, it's kind of like a little bit more just because I know guys on the team. I know at the time I knew the coaches. They just score here with LeBron saying like he knew I've been a pro, that he's happy for me. I think that meant a lot to me just because he kind of saw me when I was there and I was young, like not getting in the game. He saw me when I was in the G League, so like he kind of knew what I could do, what I was capable of, because he saw it in practice. And just seeing him give me my props meant a lot just because that's my guy. He's kind of like seeing my journey and just him being cool with my pops. He's like seen me since I was young, so it's cool to see that.
Aldama, triple double Pippen. There it is.
First father-son duo to record a triple-double in history. I think the stat is just crazy just because after the game I didn't really know that we did it, but like my phone started blowing up, everyone was hitting me. I think there's another like surreal moment, another moment like you dream of as a kid. I was happy about it. I know my dad was. I was able to get the game ball. We still both got to sign that film, frame it somewhere, but it's like crazy just to be a part of some kind of history like that.
No look pass, Pippen, finger roll, new career high, Scotty Pippen Jr, a 30-piece.
Yeah, I remember this game against the Bulls. That was kind of like a dream come true for me to play there, and then get 30 and 10 was just like, you know, even another crazier feeling. But yeah, you know, my career high being in Chicago, I just feel like that was like something from like the man in the book. I think maybe I had some of my grandma's cooking or something. I don't know. Something like that, no. But like being around family, having my grandma's food, having my family in the building probably helped. Being in Chicago means a lot to me. Grew up there, all my family's living there. Most people don't know, like everyone kind of knows like my dad's family from Arkansas, my mom's family is from the Middle East, Lebanon. So I had like that side of me, so I'm getting a lot of like Lebanese food and good food before I played it, so that might have contributed to why I played well.
In the win at Miami earlier this season, Pippen against man, got the step and dunk.
Yeah, this video is a video of my dad reacting to my dunk. He tries to make it to almost all my games, so just having him in the crowd and just like after the game seeing how he reacts to certain stuff is pretty funny because people see him smiling, but sometimes after the game he'll be like mad at me if I do certain things. I think this clip's funny because it's on Trey Man, and me and Trey like kind of grew up in high school and, you know, college, played against each other, so I think that's kind of just like probably when my dad was like laughing at it. Me and my dad's basketball relationship is, you know, we talk about basketball all the time. He calls me after all the games. He gives me advice. He critiques me. And that's kind of how like we spend time together, like watching games and just stuff like that.
6 unanswered of their own. Pippen from the corner. Got it.
This is my first playoffs, first like postseason being a part of. I was able to start because of injuries, coaching change, stuff like that. So in the postseason, first game, played against Golden State, at Golden State. Another crazy atmosphere just because like the championship pedigree. For me, like guarding Steph, my first postseason game was just, you know, something like you dream as a kid. I thought I did a good job. He still had like a lot of points, but it was just great to be in that environment. Second game, we played against Dallas at home, got that win, and then, you know, playing against OKC round 1. Obviously they're the champions, so it was definitely tough to play against. First game at OKC was just probably one of the worst losses I've ever been a part of. I just feel like we didn't come out to play. We weren't ready to play. I think we were just shocked at how they kind of attacked us early on, and after that game, like I don't know if our game plan even worked just because we weren't ready to play. Like they just, you know, they played so much better than us. Game 2, you know, we played a little bit better, and then, you know, game 3 and 4 were definitely closer, and I just feel like I just got a little bit more confident throughout the series, just knowing where my spots were. After this playoff series, I think it did a lot for my confidence because I was able to perform, especially against them. And like after we played against them, I knew they were gonna win a championship. After you kind of play all the teams, you just knew like how talented they were. I didn't see a way that anyone could beat that team 4 times. Even though they went to Game 7 in Indiana, I just thought like they were super talented. And overall, even though we got swept, I think that series just showed a lot to me, just to the world, just to be able to perform on that stage against that team and just try to will my team to some wins. Even though we didn't win, I think it was just definitely good for my career. I wouldn't say I was too nervous. I was prepared for it, so I wasn't really nervous. Just being in the crowd, seeing the atmosphere, like being in some of these road games where like all the crowd has the same t-shirt on, like just the noise, just the fans, like it was a way different experience than a regular season game. It's like hard to explain just because it felt totally different, but I enjoyed it. I think it was a lot of fun just to get like a little taste of it, even though we didn't win much, but I thought it was a great thing to be a part of, and I'm just like excited to probably hopefully get back there.
And stolen by Pippen. Drop off, Morant, and Lugin's Dort undercutting John.
Yeah, I've seen this play a lot, you know, Ja's injury. I think it was a very controversial play just because I feel like a lot of people were blaming me for this, even though people that actually watch me know like I've thrown that pass probably like 100 times, not only to just Ja, but just other players on the team. Just throughout my career, I've done that pass before. To say like if Lou Dort was, you know, dirty, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, like it's the playoffs, everyone's competing. But I definitely would say like that injury, like even though we had the lead, like the energy left the building once Ja got hurt.